Good evening, everyone. It's your girl AniYa with the ECI, the Economic Crisis Initiative. And today is the 20th of January, which is such a beautiful day because it happens to be Inauguration Day, which should be a holiday, but we can talk about that at another time. The reason for tonight's meeting is to just continue the momentum of encouraging each person that's with us in our group, as well as those that will watch this clip later, to learn how to grow your wealth while you decrease your debt, but also have multiple streams of income. And how do you invest in the stock market? How do you partner up with the right agencies and entities to really make a phenomenal difference in your savings plans, your retirement packages, and so much more. So, I'm so excited about today being the 20th of January and working with the most beautiful people on the planet, the ECI team. So right now we're going to introduce our member, Miss Mimi of Miss Mimi's Vision, aka PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. She's gonna share with you who she is briefly, and then we have the other members. Hi, Mimi.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. My name is Mimi, aka Positive Mental Attitude. I'm checking in from Toronto, and today has been an amazing day. I can't believe, witnessing this huge moment of history, seeing our first female vice president come into office, seeing Joe Biden, being sworn in at 78 years old is truly an inspiration. It just shows like age is really nothing but a number. It's all about energy. So I'm excited to see, as a close neighbor of the U.S., how these changes will affect us Canadians as well. So super excited, and yes, huge moment in history. Happy to be witnessing it. I know all of our ancestors and people before us, all our freedom fighters, are just smiling down upon us today. It was a huge day in history. So yeah, just to mention that. And yeah, I'm here. And I met about a year and a few months ago. She has been an amazing mentor and leader to me. I was able to get involved with her Haiti Give Back project, which just gave me a lot of, it empowered me in such a big way, because this year I realized, even though my brand is Positive Mental Attitude, above all else, having the attitude of gratitude is something that will always serve me and always make me feel like me, because being involved in the community and giving back is a huge part of why I do what I do. Is, a huge part of why I do what I do. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here. Over the course of the pandemic, I created content around artificial intelligence under a show called The Art of Artificial Intelligence. It's currently it's currently uploaded to my Instagram. It's the raw footage. I am working on editing it for YouTube to make it a bit more digestible and friendly, easier to watch. So that will be coming out very, very soon. And yeah, happy to be here and to connect again with Sandy, Ty's in the building, Kenyon, and AniYa, of course. And all the other people watching, welcome, and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much, Mimi. Excellent. And I'm so glad that our neighbors over across the border definitely appreciate what happened today. Oh, we're winning here. Yes. All right. Are you able to go, sis? You give me a thumbs up if that's a yes. DSC, the Urban Cinderella. Are you able to share or?
Hey.
Me, I got one.
Oh yeah, so I stopped being a solo artist a long time ago, like 5 years ago. But I'm happy to be here as always. It's such a pleasure every time I tune in. It's such a pleasure to talk to all of y'all, Mimi, you, AniYa, Kenyon, all of you guys. Like, that's definitely been a blessing in my life, because it's one thing to just be going through the motion, and then now to kind of like live with a purpose and have people that you're surrounded with that you can always reach out to, that is liable to help you in your finance, in your financial health. And then we have all type of, we're building on all type of health in here. So, the Urban Cinderella. So my whole point is to remind young men and women that we are the daughter of a king. So to make sure our crown stays on our head fixed and not to let things shake us, and believe that we can do all things. And today's the proof that we are all urban Cinderellas and things are possible. So continue to stay positive, believe in whatever it is that we pursue and that we do, and support each other, because at the end of the day, none of us are meant to do it alone. So I'm grateful that I have a group of women and men that I could kind of like lean into that would help me make this transition into a better lifestyle all around. So that is all, folks. We have a Black president woman, VP.
Yes! Yo, turn up.
Peace, love, and light.
Peace, love, and light. I love it. I love it. And matter of fact, you know what? Last week we did this and I just remembered, of course, this is being recorded, but is it okay for us to share live on social media with everybody as well as we learn and grow?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to really encourage the people. I just remembered that when she said the whole Black vice president thing. Duh, we should be live on social media right now. So we're gonna go live on social media so that the people will definitely join. Last week after our show, or after our ECI meeting, I checked the numbers with Ty. We had 580 or 566 or whatever. And by the end of the night, it was like 600 something just from that like hour and a half, 2 hour span. But either way, we have a Black woman vice president. I'm here for all of you and I'm so excited. Thank you, the Urban Cinderella. Miss Ty, Sister Ty, where you at with your intro? I know you've been busy, busy, busy. Where you at tonight? And maybe Ty is not available at this moment. Maybe Ty's not available right now. So let's jump to Kenyon as we go live on social media and show the people what we're working with. Kenyon, are you available?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, everybody. Hey.
Hey.
Happy Wednesday.
Hey.
So I'm so excited. Welcome to ECI for all of you who are just joining in on social media or catching the replay. I'm just so grateful to be with like-minded individuals. That's something that I can say that I missed back in the day. And that's kind of why I created Young Money Muggles, so that young people could have a hub and a place for them to be creative and be the young money muggles that they are. So I'm just grateful to be here on the live. I just got back in town, so I'm, quarantining myself. But I had an excellent trip in North Carolina, checking on my property and launching our Drink to Shrink product down there. I had a really big turnout. I was not expecting so much people to really be interested the way they were. But I came home with all smiles and happy, and I'm excited to do the thing with you guys tonight. Let's get it done.
Let's get it done. Thank you so much for sharing that. And as you know, I shared last week your platform. If you guys don't know, Kenyon has an amazing platform, which I hope he shares more about tonight. Matter of fact, let me just say this too, as we're now on social media live with the world, AKA with my friends on social media, but you all can share too, from my platform to your platform so that we can make a bigger impact in the community. I think you could just go right to my page. I didn't do too much of a description because I just remembered to do this. So bear with me as I do a description. But yes, what I wanted to share is this: since we are all entrepreneurs at heart, at spirit, etc., this platform is a hub, literally. And last week, Kenyon shared with me, his platform. And I think I went and I did something else that he shared with me. Sharing is caring. And I'm all about partnerships and sharing information. And people literally liked, some of the stuff that Kenyon had going on when it comes to health and wealth. Let's share these things with each other, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm all again about the partnerships, because what you're seeing now is just the tip of the iceberg. We have not even reached out. Well, I have not reached out to my people in my different communities due to the fact that I wanted to see us growing and actually, you know, doing some homework, getting on the right track of this investment thing, learning this Forex, learning the Bitcoining situation. Matter of fact, I bought into Coinbase or Bitcoin, and I think my portfolio is doing very well. So thank you to Mimi and to Kenyon for that great information. Storm, oh my God, you're the Urban Cinderella. Please definitely check that out when you can, for sure, if you haven't already. It's actually a very nice little thing that they're doing on that platform. And I think I've gotten a couple of coins. Of course, now Bitcoin is like $30,000, I believe, for a Bitcoin. However, if you purchase in, you're gonna own a partial amount of Bitcoin. So I'm thinking a little bit is better than nothing at this point. And then two, sometimes it drops. Last week, I believe Bitcoin was dropping a little bit. Mimi and of course, Kenyon, please share if I'm on target with that aspect. Mimi popped back up. Am I right? It was dropping a little bit last week for sure.
Yeah, there was a resistance, but you know, the reason why it's so volatile is because as there are more Bitcoins being purchased, there are people selling Bitcoin, so there are more going into circulation. So since we have a certain number of Bitcoins that we can reach, that can be mined and created, we're gonna see the fluctuation, and we're gonna see the volatility rate go crazy.
Excellent, excellent. And for Kenyon, did you want to add anything to that, Kenyon?
I don't know who that was, but no, Mimi always does a great job at explaining everything. So, like she definitely said, we're in good hands right now.
Excellent, excellent. So, real quick before we move on from Coinbase, Bitcoin, I don't know if Ty or the Urban Cinderella has any questions about that. If you do, please jump in. Do you have any questions?
So I was reading. I don't know. It says BlackRock filing might be buying Bitcoin. Is there something with that, or that's just?
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Who's going to be buying Bitcoin?
BlackRock.
I didn't hear anything like that. What is BlackRock?
I was just gonna say, who is BlackRock and how do we know them? Because they must be rich.
So it says, because I now that you know, I mean, I'm on ECI, we get in my financial updates. So it says investment. BlackRock filing suggests assets management giant could buy Bitcoin future via certain funds. Twin filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission suggest that BlackRock, the trillion-dollar assets management giant, is set to make allocations to Bitcoin futures via some of its funds.
That's interesting. And I'll just jump in real quick and then Mimi and Kenyon can take over. One of the things about this market is like once things like hit a certain amount or when things are really good, you'll notice that a lot of interest all of a sudden comes in and people are like, oh, I need to either buy this or I need a partner. Mimi, I believe, was sharing this last week, I think, when it comes to like how things start off. So I'm glad you're sharing, that with us, Sandy, because I wasn't aware, but this is something that happens, frequently. Biko, who joined us last week as well, shared about the Apollo Theater, for example, how these Japanese traders now own, you know, the Apollo, which I didn't even know. I'll reach out to my community and find out some stuff, you know. But I say that to say, companies, when they're doing really well, or sometimes when they're not doing too well, there'll be a tremendous amount of interest in purchasing. But Mimi and Kenyon can take over.
I mean, yeah, you got to really understand from a business perspective, when you start to get other investors, or when investors start to see you making deals and other people investing into your business, it's going to create a buzz. Okay, it's going to create like a social proof almost. And so you're starting to see everyone starting to jump into Bitcoin because this is the next thing. Like this is, we're getting done with the fiat currency. When you understand the cycles of empires, all right, we have money, we create money. When we have a good economic system, then we end up getting into war. Subsequently, we end up getting into war. Because we get into war, they do what is called coin debasement, which is they make our money worth less than what it is so that they can, you know, thin it out and spread it out and do what they need to do. All these stimulus checks are good. I understand people who need them. Yes, we need it for people who need to pay rent and such. But where is this money coming from? What is backing our money? Okay. So paper is about to be done with, and we need to understand that everything is being translated or being transitioned to the AI world. And Bitcoin, Ethereum, those things are something that you should really invest in. I'm going to keep saying it. Really invest in, like AniYa said, fractional investing right now. As much as you can, put in. Obviously, you can't do the 35 if you can't, but 10, 5, $20, $50, $100, whenever you can, every 2 weeks, put it in, and before you know it, you will be an investor and a thousandaire. Wherever your goal is, you'll be able to get there if you see yourself there first.
Love that, a thousandaire. I think we are all desiring to be thousandaires, but more so millionaires and billionaires. I'm speaking it into existence. I don't know about all of you, but I tell people all the time, I've always wanted to be a millionaire, not because it was my initial thought, but when I started investing, and this is for, first-time investors as well, my financial advisor at 14, 15 basically said, because of your desires and your drive and aggression, in this market, you will be a millionaire or a multimillionaire by the time, you're 26. Unfortunately, 9/11 hit around this time frame. I wasn't 15. I was much older than 15 when, 9/11 hit. And I say that to say, and I share my story with you guys very candidly and openly because of my mistakes. And when 9/11 hit, I was a young, lady, and I said to myself, we're all gonna die anyway, so let me take out all of my money. And that was the biggest mistake ever. So for Sandy and anybody else that's watching and will watch, when we go through these issues in the economy, and when it looks like everything is crashing and burning, which typically it does do that sometimes, do not take all your money out. Well, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just somebody with life experience. Speak with a financial advisor, but they may tell you the same thing. Mimi, I see the little things over your head, like the light bulbs and the little exclamation points. What do you want to add, my beautiful one?
Yeah.
Thank you,
So,
Kenyon.
yeah, I guess it really comes down to like us not really learning those skills of financial literacy, because we have to look at it from like the root. Like, just sometimes like I used to think like, oh, it's just numbers on a paper, or just numbers on a screen or whatever. It's accumulating. This is like my worth, and this is, we put so much value on certain things, and us not learning, how to do our taxes, learning how to even identify which tax bracket would be under, what benefits we have available to us, how to make a registered, like a retirement savings plan, how to set up a plan for our children or, nieces and nephews in my case. Those are things I was never taught. I was taught definitely how to write a resume, but I think we've all learned that there's so many opportunities, different ways to make money. And now with the current situation, it's absolutely necessary that everyone has an online income, because just like Kenyon said, like, having a steady contribution, no matter what it is, like one stock of Tesla isn't going to get us richer, like within a 6-month period. Like one buying a little bit of Bitcoin today isn't going to make us like millionaires over the next like year or so. So that focus on financial literacy and really understanding, what our own strengths and our own weaknesses are, because we all come from a different background and we all come from like different preconditions of how we see money. Really helped me a lot. Taking this course called Money Pro. It was created by Ross Jardine, who is like the money mentor of America. Sorry, my phone was about to die. Anyways, yeah, he's the money mentor of America. This whole Money Pro system really just like reprogrammed my brain. And another great book I'd like to recommend is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Amen.
He talks a lot about the cash flow quadrant and just understanding that and how we can leverage more, we can leverage more time, more money, create that like financial freedom, because it looks different to everybody. So getting specific about what your goals are and then making a plan to achieve that goal, I think, is absolutely necessary, because it's so easy to throw things away. Like, I know for myself, there's so many little things I spend on that are absolutely unnecessary. Budgeting is a huge part of like what I changed, and I saw a lot of positive results learning new ways to save money. One thing I like to share, I learned this new way. I haven't tried it, but I think I'm willing to give it a go. And basically what it is you take 100 envelopes, and you write down the numbers 1 to 100. Yeah, Kenyon's laughing, so he probably heard of this. So every day with the envelope, like for 100 days, you put the amount of the money in the envelope. And at the end of 100 days, if you do it correctly, you would have saved $5,000 for yourself. Now, the person who I learned this from actually doubled her money. So on day 1, instead of putting $1, she put $2. On day 2, instead of $2, she doubled it, she put $4. So on and so forth for 100 days consecutively. And then at the end of 100 days, she had $10,000 saved up in cash. Now, just taking this little kind of method and making it your own, whatever it looks like, maybe it's 100 weeks, maybe it's 100 bi-weekly, I'm not really sure what the term is, but whatever it is, you're continuously contributing to an envelope or a stock or whatever it is, no matter what the price is, because even for us, like the dollar of $1 on the first day is going to be different from the price of the dollar, just natural inflation, natural foreign exchange, than when it hits 100. So whether I want to take that money and go to Mexico and become and live like a rich person, because the peso is valued a lot lower than the Canadian or American dollar, that's up to me to decide. But I think it's something I'm willing to give it a try, because it's something that seems so simple. Yeah.
I am going to try that. Sandy, are you in, boo? We're about to be thousandaires. I love this group. Stormy says, thumbs up. Matter of fact, Stormy could try it too. Let me share, like every time I hear something amazing like this, it makes me feel so good because I have never heard of that. And this is why this group has been created. And look who we have here, our mental health specialist on board. The queen herself, Denise Williams, is here with us tonight. Hey, and we're gonna let her come in and share who she is, because we are live on social media as well as we're recording the ECI group. Mimi just shared something so powerful with us. Denise, I don't know if you caught it, but you'll be able to catch it later for sure. I will remind you, because what she just shared is so powerful. Matter of fact, give us another recap, because we have 2 new people back with us, Shoni and Miss Denise. Honey, Mimi, please share a recap. I know that's a lot, but you're going to be so blessed. You're going to be so blessed for sharing this. This is great.
Okay, so basically the method to save, let's say $5,000 in a matter of, let's break it down to like a little bit over a quarter. Quarter is 90 days. So this is 100 days to $5,000. And what you do is you take 100 envelopes and you write down the numbers 1 to 100 on each envelope. Each day for the next 100 consecutive days, you put the cash value in the envelope. So on day 1, you'd put in $1. In day 2, you'd put in $2 in this envelope. After 100 days, you would have saved $5,000. Now, the person that I saw do this doubled their money. So on the first day, they put $2. On the second day, they put $4. The end of 100 days, you would have saved $10,000. So basically, I brought this up because I brought light to the fact that we, unfortunately, we did not learn those financial skills growing up. We did not learn how to save money. We did not know how the banks were continuously making money off of their products and getting an advantage over us, because it's just not something that's taught in school. No matter what school you go to, what color skin you have, whatever the case is, like none of us were taught this. It was not in the curriculum. So being in the world right now of having an online income, having access to YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or whatever you use for educational purposes, like I get a lot of my updates off of platforms, social media platforms. I'm not I'm not always looking at my news app, you know? So being in this world, and also just having our attention span go so short over the course of the last, I guess, 10 years that I can speak on, because now it's been 8 years of myself being an entrepreneur, and the access to information is insane, and the ability to comprehend like short bites of information is also insane. You know, you need to be able to communicate that with confidence and quickly, because there's something already in the algorithm ready to show you, you know, how to do it better, how to do something different, might challenge everything that you just learned, but it's there, and it's up to you to, you know, decide what's noisy and what's worth it.
Thank you so much, Mimi, for going back
Can I say
through
something
that.
tonight really quick?
Of course, you can say whatever you want. Like, you are smiling because you obviously knew this. Ty is in the group chat like, I'm trying that. You better try that, because that's our new homework. We're going to be thousandaires in 100 days. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, $5,000.
Well, I'm going to do 10,000. I'm doing 10. Look, Ty said she's doing, and Ty, welcome back to the land of ECI. All right, go ahead, Kenyon, and then we'll introduce
No,
our
listen,
other guests.
all I want to say is I definitely agree with everything that Mimi has said, but you must understand the basics. I really want to go back over that from what she said earlier. That's what we call it here. Like, we're actually creating some things with like cartoons and such for young people to understand the basics of financial literacy. Like we said, understanding how to write a will, understanding the importance of leaving a legacy, you guys, okay? Understanding that it's not just about you, all right? Hilton, all of these hotels, you go and look, their names have been here for hundreds and hundreds of years, all right? You have to understand how to leave the legacy, how to make sure that you have your footprint, your footstep here on the earth, okay? So understanding your will, understanding how to leave a will and properly update it and talk to people about these things. Life insurance, having life insurance and setting up your family, you know, not just thinking about yourself. For as low as like $20 a month, you can do life insurance, okay, you guys? So there's a whole lot of aspects when it comes to life insurance, when it comes to financial literacy that you really need to keep in mind, because if you're selfless, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're selfless and you really say, okay, it's not about me, and I want to better the community, I want to better the world, I want to have a better future. Like for us, Young Money Muggles, I want to make sure that young people are having a healthier lifestyle and a wealthier lifestyle and having a better future. No longer are we not going to talk to our kids about budgeting. We're going to talk to them about budgeting. We're going to talk to them about actually setting up plans for themselves, 5-year plans, 10-year plans, all right? If you're planning to fail, then you're failing to plan, all right? So you need to make sure that you're understanding these concepts. Sorry, puppy. But yeah, making sure that you're understanding these concepts, you guys, and having that as your basis, as your foundation, okay? And let that be where you work from, where your passions come from. Understanding you have a budget, because if you have a budget, then you're able to pace yourself and you're not running over yourself. A lot of people, you know, they have this false jealousy of what I do because I'm 26 and I have a business, I have multiple businesses and I do stuff. But if you understand the principles of a budget, I know what I can do and what I can't do. I know what I can reach for and what I can't strive for. And I don't try to flaunt. Try not to prove. You have nothing to prove to nobody. Just be who you are. And when you understand these things, you guys, like I said, have this as your foundation. A budget, understanding your will, understanding your legacy, your why. Why are you doing this? You know, you hear him now in the background. My son, when I had him, something just clicked in me. Something just changed, where it was like, okay, this is not about me. I want to make sure that I can give him everything. And if it's a business, if it's a 20,000, if it's a 7-figure business, that's what I'm going to have to do to make sure that I can supply for him. So make sure that you understand your basics, you guys. Your basics are important. Make sure you understand this, all right? Budgeting, your will, leaving that legacy, life insurance, making sure you know these things, you guys, okay? It's just important. I'm getting excited because that envelope game, we actually do that. Me and my wife, we do that right now. So, you know, every extra money we get, we go straight into the envelopes, and it's just, it really does work. So I'm a living witness. 26 and I'm a living witness.
I love it. Thank you so much. And you know what? That budgeting thing is real. For those that are watching live on social media as well as in our group, don't forget to let me know whether or not you've gotten our, we don't call it the budget week because that's such a scary word. But you know, Kenyon is a strong Black man. So he says budget with no fear. Amen. But some of us are still like, ooh, child. How do we get financially savvy and figure out these coins? So we call it the financial checkup. Let me know if you haven't received that. Email me at the AniYa A Show or just DM me because you're live on social media with us. And I will send you that financial checkup. It's detailed, but it's important. You don't have to share it back with me. You keep it for yourself and you work on your budget. So Ty, I don't know if Ty is able to do her intro. I know she was busy with the family. If Ty is not available, we'll jump right over to Denise Williams, our registered mental health clinician on board, and then we will take our sister Shoni, and she will introduce herself. She got her eyes raised. By the way, we are live on social media, so you guys can definitely share with your colleagues and your friends through my page, the AniYa A platform. AniYa A period is my name on Facebook. And Ty says pass for a second. No worries, Ty, you just let us know when you're ready. We on your time. Real quick, before you say something, Denise, I want to share. It's so funny because I had this whole thing that I wanted to discuss that Ty shared with us, and we're going to wait for her to make her grand appearance because I loved what she shared. So we're going to wait for her so we can discuss it. Take it over, Miss Denise. Talk to us, boo. Thank you, Kenyon. Thank you, everybody.
So I wanted to piggyback the envelope technique. I took the first time, the first time I heard about that was it was a finance class at my church at CCC in Brooklyn, Christian Cultural Center. And I don't remember if it was a technique from, oh gosh, what's his name? And see, now I'm not gonna remember his name. I will get the book. I'll see if I can find a book before the class is over, and I'll take a picture of it and post it. I don't know if I can post it.
Take your time. You can do whatever you want, and then we can share it and all of that. You already know. We got you. Go ahead, boo.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. But yeah,
would it be the Dave Ramsey?
Huh?
Dave Ramsey.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, sis. So the first time I ever heard it, I was like, what they talking about? Put money in an envelope? They crazy. They bugging. They old school. Let me tell you, it works. It's a great way to save money because you're putting the money in the envelopes and you kind of forget about it. But also too, another method that you could do is having cash on hand. And when the money runs out, that's it. So you fit yourself to a certain budget. You know, nowadays, like, it's easy to just pay your bills electronically, so you don't have the cash in your hand to go and physically pay the bill. But the envelope technique is very, very, very effective to build, to save, and you get into the habit of, if you think of it as a way to reward yourself.
Yeah.
You remember Pavlov conditioned the mind so that when we did certain things, we got gratification because we were doing certain things. So if you think of it as rewarding yourself every time you put some money in the envelope, it's like, you know, what are the possibilities? What is your why going to be when every time you put money in that envelope? And you kind of condition your brain like, oh yeah, I'm about to get a present every time I put something in that envelope.
Mm-hmm.
So the envelope technique, very good.
Thank you for sharing all of that. But real quick, okay, Mimi, we know you have to run. We love you. We thank you for sharing this information. Next week, we'll do a quick recap on what Ty shared. I know you have to run, but let's talk afterwards. I have to follow up with you anyway. You know who Denise is, but she has to
Yes.
herself. Any closing remarks that you have, Mimi, before you run out?
No, thank you guys so much. I'm happy I was able to connect almost an hour with you guys.
You're the best.
Bye. Bye, Stormy.
All right, Mimi.
Bye.
All right, chat soon. Now, Denise, we don't really know who you are for those that are watching for the first time and those that will be watching. What we do every week is we just do a quick intro. We thank you for sharing that information. And Ty would like for us to share everything we're saying about these books and these theories right in the chat whenever you have a chance, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, or if you want to send it to me, I can do it, whatever you want to do. Take it over, Denise Williams. Let us know who you are, beautiful.
Hey everyone, I am Denise. My background is social work. I'm a licensed social worker. And I have my own wellness company. It's called Limitless 101. On Facebook, it is Limitless 101. And on Instagram, it is limitless101.freedom. My website is www.limitless101.org. And what I do now is I'm not integrated into the social work community. What I've always wanted is to bring deeper healing to people's lives. So by day, I am in sales. I'm in insurance sales, loving to help people get connected with their health insurance. And then after that, evenings, weekends, whenever, or early morning, what I'm doing is bringing healing to the world through yoga, meditation, Reiki. We haven't had a nature walk yet for January. My nature walks are called Healthy Me Walks, and the Healthy Me Walks incorporates everything that I do. Yoga, asanas, it incorporates meditation. And then it also infuses a health and wellness topic and a way to bring people together to have more community and fellowship together. And I think that's all I do. Is that all I do? I hope that's all I do. I don't know. And my meditations in the morning, I move the time to 6:30 because people, you know, are like, 5:40. What?
Yeah. I'm working on it. I promise.
Listen, we will be there every week. This morning's meditation was awesome. And it was a great segue into today's inauguration. I was totally emotional today with that, but I'm just really looking forward to the next 4 years to come. And so just manifesting good stuff for everyone, healing, peace, love, wellness, health, financial freedom. So, so that's me, Denise. Again, my website is www.limitless101.org. If you're on Facebook, I'm Limitless101. And if you're on Instagram, I am Limitless101.freedom. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Denise. And we share the same sentiments. Matter of fact, welcome to everybody that's watching live on social media. Pastor Steffi Bartley is watching all the way out of New Jersey. I had to shout him out because him and I were supposed to have a meeting about this very thing we're discussing tonight, but God is faithful, and hopefully we'll be meeting very soon. He's another person that I want to partner us up with. In our communities, we need our spiritual leaders. Oh, I don't see Pastor Warren tonight, but that's okay. We're going to get on him and see where he is. He's probably very emotional about today. As you all see, I have my pearls on today for Kamala frickin' Harris. I know that's not her real middle name, but child, she is Kamala frickin' amazing Harris to AniYa A. I got my pearls on, the pearl ring, the pearls in the ears. Okay, Shoni, because you know I could be going on all day about this. Go ahead, Shoni, do your intro, please, beautiful lady, and then we'll move on.
My name is Shoni. I'm just here from last week again, enjoying the vibe and everything like that. Financial, learning more about financial freedom and everything. And just to piggyback off of what everyone said, the envelope system does work because I'm currently doing it now. So yes. I recommend everybody try it. Sometimes it's a little rough starting out in the beginning because you're just like all over the place. But once you get the hang of it and getting used to putting that extra money away and doing what you need to do, it's just like second nature. And then after a while, you're just going to be like, look, I'm not spending my money on this, that, and the third. I got other things to do with it. So, it doesn't hurt to try. So there you go.
Thank you so much, Shoni, aka Shoni, my sister. Welcome back to the ECI group and meeting space. Let me tell you something. I'm so proud of each and every one of you committing to doing this every week. As you notice, we learn every week and we grow. So thank you, Denise, for sharing. Ty, that information is in that group chat in our WhatsApp. For those that are watching on social media or that will watch later, if you have WhatsApp, you're welcome, Ty. If you have WhatsApp, join us at 347-617-6873. Again, that's 347-617-6873. Send your girl and I a request to join that WhatsApp group. We're growing every day. As you all know, tonight we wanted to speak about something or a couple of things that are very near and dear to our hearts. Again, we're learning how to work together as a community. Everything that the community has shared already so far has been so inspirational. Thank you, Shoni, for letting us know that you've been doing this yourself. Look at that. We already have somebody in the process. Kenyon is doing it. You know, I'm happy that we have our community that are really going forward. Never be shy to share this information with us. Whatever you're working on, please let us know, because that's what we're here for, because we really want to learn and grow together as a people. So I appreciate that this information was disseminated this evening for sure, because I never heard of it. And as you know, I'm always talking about this financial wealth and growth, but some things I don't know. I don't know everything, and I never pretend to. And that's why I'm always learning and growing and wanting the same for our community. Somebody said, or a couple of you mentioned this, and that's why it's so impactful that we're here together. You know, Black people are typically at the bottom of the totem pole. Jamal Bowman, and I want to shout out Congressman Jamal Bowman from the Bronx. Give it up for Jamal Bowman. You guys may not know who he is, but let me explain something to you. Jamal Bowman, real quick, before we get into this message that Ty sent us, is a young Black 30-something teacher who ran for office in the Bronx and won. Now, how did he win? First of all, the ancestors, let's start there. But secondly, Jamal freaking Bowman, he's another one that has that freaking as his middle name that I just gave him, praise God. Jamal Bowman basically won because the white guy that was in his seat before, don't get me to line, I don't remember his name, he was in office for like 35 years. He said something to the effect that what happened with Black Lives Matter, and I think with George Floyd, didn't mean nothing to him. And it was caught on tape. And nobody even knew. And I'm not gonna front, I'm in politics, I'm under Reverend Al Sharpton, you know, I'm with all these people all the time. I didn't even know who a Jamal Bowman was, I'm not gonna lie, but our ancestors knew. And because of that one statement that that white guy made, that knocked him out of the park. Jamal Bowman took that seat. And this is why I share this story right here. Just the other day at NAN, he came to NAN for Dr. King Day, and he shared that the things that we have to really look into is how we have been put down so much. And literally, he brought up the Black Wall Street issue. You know, Black people weren't always struggling. When we got integrated into this mess, that's when things went kapooey. First of all, nobody really wanted us to even come up. Imagine coming and being slaves in this land, getting our freedom, and then we started multi-million-dollar communities, like, you know, where the Great Wall Street was, and, you know, Birmingham, I think Wilmington on Fire, all these different communities were set up, Tulsa, Oklahoma, all these places had their own running economic greatness systems, etc. And then, of course, Becky's would come around and say, oh my God, Emmett Till raped me, and then the whole city would be burned down and things of that nature. So with that being said, I want you guys to understand, as a Black people and as a community, we're no longer just gonna sit down and let people feed us the lies. We are going to take action, because it's not fair that we've done this and we should not be under the bus. Welcome, Michael BORRUSO.
BORRUSO, yes. How are you today?
So much. I'm so good. Welcome. This is my new friend that I met, and I want you to share your information and who you are real quick, because we just connected at a press conference, ladies and gentlemen, and he's here with us, and he's all about economic empowerment. So before we get into our message this evening about these different investment opportunities and things like that, Michael, I'm so glad you've joined us. Please tell us who you are and a little bit about what you're working on.
Okay, first I want to say congratulations. Today is a great day for our country, and it's people like you that got Kamala where she is today in the past and present. So we should all be very proud, and we got a great future coming for us. I know I'm as white as can be, but I back the Black Lives Matter and every community there is. But okay, on to, I'm Michael BORRUSO. I worked at the Marriott. I've been with the Marriott since 1980. Started there when I was still in the Air Force. And back in December, 850 of us were all terminated. They used the pandemic as an excuse. However, they just finished a $100 million renovation of the bar I work in. And so they're hiring new people, but they want young people. Let's face it, look at me, I'm 60 years old, but I've been bartending there for 28 years. I have a lot of guests that come in that are like family. You know how it is, you go to the bar often. They did that to all of us. So we started, we did a couple of rallies, and our next rally is actually February 10th at City Hall. And being that it is Black History Month, we're focusing on the impact that the right to recall is what we're shooting for. It's an ordinance that, if passed in New York, it will give all people in the hospitality industries, waiters, waitresses, hostesses, in bars, pubs, nightclubs, a chance to return to work if for some reason the bar gets shut down, sold, outsourced to new management. When it reopens, they have to take their staff back. They can't hire new people for up to 2 or 3 years. So we're fighting for that. We have Dennis Miller, who's the city council that represents labor. His team is looking into it. It was already passed in Philadelphia, Boston, San Francisco, LA, several other cities. Philadelphia was passed under the Black Jobs Matters issue. So they used that. They got in on that. And yes, it really helped. And we're trying to get Black Lives Matters to our rally because, let's face it, the hospitality industry has the majority of people are women and minorities. So a lot of, like where I work in my department, there's 10 bartenders. 2 of the bartenders are Haitian. So two out of 10. And that's only 2 out of 2,000 people in my hotel that I work with. So we have a large Haitian community. And we're trying to fight to get our city ordinance passed so that way right to recall becomes a law in New York. And our next rally is February 10th. We would love to have you as a guest speaker because you are such a motivational speaker.
God,
so
don't make me
that's
cry.
who I am, and thank you for giving me the time to join your group.
Well, listen, stick around because you know what? I will gladly be a speaker at this rally. We literally met less than a week or so ago, and Michael, your compassion and your heart really meshes with mine. And what you don't know, before I got into the movement and doing what I'm doing, television, radio, Dr. Oz, you know, Dr. Reverend Al Sharpton, I was a server at the Breakers of the Palm Beaches, the biggest, richest hotel, like I think in the
I love that hotel.
Do you know it?
Yes, the break with the pool with the fish tank right on the water.
5-star, 5 diamond, and a lot of people
with
know
the fish
that
tank.
story. And I've bartended, and I was a server myself, and I got into upper management in the hospitality industry, and I'm able to do events too. So when I saw all of you, and this is such a beautiful segue into what we're discussing tonight, right? When I saw all of you out there, I was like, well, first of all, what's going on out here? And then secondly, hell yeah, I want to be a part because of exactly what Michael stated. You know, these industries typically, you know, you don't find a lot of Caucasians and white folks. Michael said, I'm as white as you can be. Listen, you look like you got some Italiano in you. You probably have some, you know, down the line or whatnot, but you know what I mean. So you are like, you know, somebody that understands what this cry is about, what this plea is for equal justice and socioeconomic help and all of the great things that we need in our communities, because the majority of employees at these locations are predominantly Black and brown people, right? You'll find the servers, you'll find, you know, the teams that clean up after an event. You know, these were my family. Like I called them family when we would shut down and things of that nature. Bus boys, you know, a lot of people don't know how the industry works. You know, you see the server walking around and passing out food, but you don't know that that server is assisted by bus boys. And then they have to run back and forth to the bar to get your drinks. And they do a whole lot more than what meets the eye. So yes, I will be a speaker. Yes, you have my full participation. Yes, this is the Economic Crisis Initiative. You can invite anybody to be a part of this platform. What we're learning in this group, because I don't know if you even know, we're learning how to increase our wealth by decreasing our debt, and also not being afraid, Michael, of sharing ideas and working as a community to grow economically, right? And then of course, I promised you that I would take that letter to Reverend Al Sharpton this past Saturday. However, because of the activities with Dr. King's Day and things of that nature, I will definitely email everything to the headquarters. And when I see him, I will physically bring it to him as well. But we've had Dr. King followed by Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. So, you know, it's been crazy, but he will get that letter and he needs to know exactly what's going on because we as a community, we need these jobs, right? And this is exactly why we're here tonight. And this is why we stand together. Michael, if people want to join your movement, please let them know because you have people watching on social media and you're being recorded for YouTube for later. How can people stay in contact with you and your group?
So I'm trying to think. We are on Instagram at Right to Rally, RIGHT, the number 2, Rally for NYC on Instagram.
Excellent.
Then we're also on Facebook under Marriott Friends Outsourced. If you go, you'll have to just say that you went AniYa show and I will automatically, is that how you pronounce your name?
Yeah, you got it. The AniYa A.
Okay,
Yep,
I remember you telling me, but I got a 60-year-old brain. I've seen our moments. But yes, Marriott Friends Outsourced on Facebook. It's a private club, a private membership, but just say AniYa show and I will approve you to come in. Okay, and that's where you get most of the information what's going on in our group right now. And yes, we would love to have you and all your followers join us. This is just like I said, we started out as a Marriott group to protect our jobs, but then we realized how this is so much bigger than all of us. It literally affects hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers, not only in the Manhattan itself, but all 5 boroughs and all bars, restaurants, everything. So if you know people in the hospitality industry, this helps secure their job.
And you know what? We can do one better. We can do a call to action through my social connections. Matter of fact, we can sit together one day, possibly like right on Zoom or something and do a plan because my community does not know a lot about these different things that I do and how I work with so many different communities. And this is very special to me because again, I was a server, right? I mean, I know what it means to do 16-hour shifts. And then at the Breakers, for example, you can do a 16-hour shift and nobody even shows up and you have to eat all the food because you don't want that multi-million-dollar plate to go out the window. But anyway, these are things that I know very well about when it comes to hospitality and this industry, and we need to secure our jobs. And I will share this for those that are watching. You know, when our first workshop we had with the ECI, Mama Brenda Doc, I have to shout her out. She shared something. You know, she is, I don't want to say an age bracket, but she's seasoned, she's beautiful, and she used to work for the banking industry, for example, Michael. And why do I do what I do, right? We have stories of people that spent years in their industries. It doesn't matter which industry you're in. And do you know that she spent 25 years in the banking industry and learned absolutely nothing about savings and growing her, you know, packages and retirements, etc. Learn more in this group that we have in 1 hour from our financial banker. Michael, the people that you work with that are losing their jobs, the people in this industry that you're with, you need to know certain things about how can you restore your finances, but also save something for the future, because right now is the worst time for anybody to lose their jobs. Never mind somebody that's depending on tips and that's working hard.
And insurance, that's the big thing, especially right now. Marriott, being with a company for 25 to 30 years, because the majority of the people I work with worked at that hotel between 20 and 35 years, and they kick us out, and as of March 12th, we all lose our insurance. Fortunately, I'm a veteran, so I have health insurance for life, but my Marriott family, which they are family, you work with somebody 8 hours a day for 20-something years, you're closer to them than you are your own siblings. And they're going to lose their benefits because of the way Marriott treated us. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen.
Oh yeah, this is a personal thing for me. I'm so happy that we met. God works in mysterious ways. I'm trying not to break down and cry, but recently I met a young man who we sat at a restaurant and he was like, "Ladies, I hope you have a good night eating here tonight because this is our last night that we're open, and we're not going to be open until February possibly." What people don't understand is that the people that are affected the most in these situations have families, have a livelihood, and everything goes out the window within a blink of an eye. So if people don't understand it, when you think about it, like the people in the service industries, yeah, they're essential, but they're not like essential like the doctors. They're essential for like us to have a good time sometimes and just relax our brains and get away from the problems of this earth. But how can we have a good time if they don't exist?
Right.
So you got my
And
full
the doctor you see once a month, once every, at the most. The service just they're day to day. They're part of your daily life in a lot of ways.
Exactly. So we're going to partner up, Michael. You have my full participation. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any questions for Michael before we go into Ty's text? Anybody have any questions for Michael or comments? Maybe want to share some sentiments? Please unmute yourself.
Who, me?
Anybody, if you have anything you want to share with Michael?
Oh, I have nothing to say. That was great, Michael, though. I'm definitely will be, you know, doing anything I can to help.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I have a question on the contact information. The right to rally for NYC, what platform was that?
It's on Instagram.
That's
It's
Instagram. Okay.
Right, RIGHT, right to the number, rally for the number, NYC.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Actually, right now I can't type it in, but I'll type it into her group so that way it's on there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime. I have a call coming in from Haiti.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon.
No problem, Michael. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. Guys, you just heard from a beautiful spirit in our communities that's working hard to ensure that, you know, his community and his family and his friends are secured in their futures, but even presently during the times that we're in. This is exactly what the ECI is about, guys. Standing up for one another, working together. Kenyon just mentioned like Hilton Hotel and Marriott, and then we had a representative from this community pop in. You see how God works? With that being said, and after hearing that, isn't it more important for us to learn some of these dynamics? Ty sent in something this past week, and I'm so proud of Ty doing her research and working together. Ty says, sorry, I saw your text last night, but was playing a card game. This is so funny. I didn't even have to read all that, but okay, let me get to the part. Ty, I love you. You're so funny, Ty. That's okay. Play your card games, relax anytime you want, but share as much information too, like you're doing. She says that she got some information that she wanted to share with us. Momo Traders by Brady Dahl. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Market Wizards, The New Market Wizards by Jack Swagger. Reminiscences, you know me and these words, sorry, of a Stock Operator by Edwin Lefebvre. Any YouTube videos from Tim Gratani, Stephen Dux, Roland Wolf, Maddox Money, Investors Underground, or My Investing Club. Follow all of them on Twitter and include Modern Rock, Nathan Michaud, and AT09. And you guys can join and tap into all of these different platforms. The text is here. I'm so happy that you know, we got this information here, and I'm assuming, Ty, I don't know if you wanted to talk about any of these, if you read anything in regards to these or saw any of these video clips. I know you were busy, Ty, if you wanted to pop in. If not, no worries. I see you unmuting yourself, so I think you want to share something.
Okay. Hey, how you doing? Hey, everybody.
All right, Ty.
How you doing? So my name is Ty. You know, as you know, you guys, I represent the youth sector of our team here at ECI. I'm a current CUNY BA student studying an interdisciplinary degree where I major in youth urban development. So my goal is to take this information I receive from this group, take the resources, and be able to make it teachable to people not just of my age bracket, but starting out, you know, 12, 13, 14, just like Kendra Dawn said, you know, be able to make cartoons or some type of literacy to make this a thing that we are taught from youth, you know, we are taught from young, so that it's something embedded in our minds. So we no longer think that we have to be, you know, slaves to the power of the man. But I have been doing my own research because, you know, I like to become knowledgeable in things. So I've been asking around a few friends of mine, did they have any information that they could send with me? I have not read any or seen any of these videos. That's why I had sent it to the group chat to see if any of our, like, you know, specialists and professionals was familiar with the literacy. But it's definitely something that I wanted to get into, and maybe we could even pick up a book, you know, amongst a group, or, you know, a video amongst a group, and, you know, go over it ourselves and learn a few things, because it's never enough information. So that's me, you know, and that's why I sent it in. So thank you again, AniYa.
Anytime, Ty. Sorry, I was getting calls and messages from overseas, but I'm back with you guys. Yes, anybody have any response to any of that? And thank you. You spoke that so well, Ty. You are a leader and you are a change maker. And that's what I love, because you're so passionate about what you do and what you stand for. And if we get these little ones young, we are going to be able to make the most impact on their lives. And that's why we have youth representatives, we have mental health specialists on board, we have, you know, naturopathists, you know, me making up words. Lord, I don't even know if that's a real word, Father God. But anyway, you guys get it. We have spiritual leaders. We have people in so many different industries that are part of this group. And the reason being is because we are a collective of bodies, right? Like, we are people that are in different groups, different arenas, have different socioeconomic needs, have different paths. But if we come together and merge and move forward as a hub and as a collective, then we're going to make the most impact. So if did anybody listen to anything that Ty had shared, or have you listened to any of those recommendations, or seen any of those books? I know David Ramsey was brought up earlier. What's funny is, well, let me give you guys a chance. Anybody can respond to what she had shared in that message?
Yes, so Think and Grow Rich is a good book. Trying to look right now at my books on my counter. Also, Real Magic, Creating Miracles in Everyday Life is by Dr. Wayne Dyer, D-Y-E-R. It's called Real Magic. That's a really, really, really good book. Just talks about your thinking and how you can control your life with the quality of your thoughts. I also have Economics in One Lesson by Henry Hazlitt. So understanding your economics, understanding the basic principles. He has I believe, an updated version of the book as well that you can get into. But his name is Henry Hazlitt. And then, like I said, Think and Grow Rich is, I don't want to say Napoleon. I forget who's the name of it, but Think and Grow Rich, you can look that up as well. That's a good book. And
it's
then
Napoleon Hill.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So that's that for my suggestions.
Love it. Anybody else? Denise is happy. She has something great. I think she found it. Look at her run. You better be careful running with that phone. I love it. As she's running, tell us some of the things that you all learned from reading some of this literature. I would love some examples as she's searching for her gem over there. Kenyon, I know you are very successful in a number of arenas. I'd love to pick your brain as she's searching. When you find it, you just hold it up, Sister Denise. Go ahead, Kenyon.
So reading these different books have definitely opened me up to the world of MSI, which is multiple streams of income. So understanding, you know, not only, yes, it's good to have a side hustle, or it's good to have your 9 to 5. But what happens if you can't work anymore? You know, how are you going to still get your money in? So then that's when I got into stocks. And then from stocks, learning how to invest and making money back on that. Then it was, okay, getting into, you know, investing into buildings and into property. And then you get, you know, so there's levels to it. But I can definitely say that was my one big takeaway, as well as your mindset. Like I said, I don't want to scare a lot of people, because not often people are really accepting of it. But there's laws of the universe that we have that have been established. Okay, winter doesn't follow winter, you know, summer doesn't follow summer. Everything has an order. Even the waters go to a certain extent to the land. You know, God set everything in order before the foundations of the earth. So when you understand these laws that are in place, and you understand that everything is at a vibrational movement, and whatever you think, you attract. So as if the quality of your life is the quality of your thoughts. That's what really shifted me, understanding my mindset, and knowing that I can attract anything, you know? And it's funny, like my business partner, Andre, he's my business partner because of that. He sees it actually happening, the manifestations of things, you know? He's like, what the heck? We just talked about that. I'm like, yeah, I know. So, yeah, your mindset and MSI, having multiple streams of income, thinking bigger. You can turn off the tea bags. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kenyon. Denise?
Kenyon, thank you. Some of those books I have as well. I don't know where they are in my house, but I want to add another one to the mix. Is this one? I was in a woman's masterclass, and this one was awesome and amazing. It's Think and Grow Rich for Women by Sharon Lecter. Using Your Power to Create Success and Significance, authorized by the Napoleon Hill Foundation. So this one, sorry guys, I think that you can still take nuggets, but still, this one is really good. And it speaks to basically women who want to basically find what works for them and make it work and not succumb to what we've been told. Like, yeah, we should accept, if we're doing the same job as a man, we should accept lesser pay. So that one's a good one. A nice little nugget. But all the other books that have been mentioned, great nuggets. And thank you, Kenyon and Ty, for sharing these things.
Wow, super dope.
Thank you as well.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say thank you as well, you know, not to, you know, subtract the guys from it, but, you know, it's rare that we get pieces of literacy or something like that that's dedicated to, you know, women, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because we have a different emotional base, a different mental standpoint, a different perspective on a lot of things, you know, and sometimes, you know, we might need a little bit catering to or roughing around the edges to be able to navigate in this world that's, you know, so male dominated. So that's definitely a good book. I'm gonna get that for my mom and stuff like that, you know?
Mama Rose, that's right. You know, this is such a beautiful thing that we do here each week. And don't forget, we're together throughout the week on our platform on WhatsApp. I'm so thankful for social media. Each and every day we communicate with each other. Sorry if I was hounding everybody today and yesterday. It was because, you know, I was so emotional with this whole election thing. One thing I wanted to discuss, right? Everybody's like, one thing I wanted to discuss, especially with Kenyon and, you know, Denise being so savvy in this arena, what are some of the things that we can expect, or what do you think is going to happen, or what advice? I know you all are not financial advisors or anything, but you're pretty savvy. And you know, matter of fact, this could be for anybody and everybody. I generate towards Kenyon and Denise because they're into that whole arena. However, I just wanted to ask and pose the question of what do you think is going to come now that we have this new president and vice president? And then for everybody else, you can share whatever you want to share as well. But for our people in the industry that know kind of the trends, what are some of the things that we can expect? Please.
I'm looking forward to hearing about expanded social service programs that will kind of bring more balance between the different economic classes. So if there can be more balance in the economic classes, more resources, more programs, then now you can have the gap between the rich and the poor can get just that much smaller, and maybe it might put us that much further ahead. Maybe that might help bring communities to a point where now, you know, we're working on actual racial equality. maybe we're working on different classisms and having more equality. You know, if we can have money flowing a little bit better at the bottom and have that working more effectively, I think that will bring a little bit more peace of mind, a little bit more peace amongst all of us. And it doesn't have to be a dog eat dog world. A lot of people don't know about the other resources that we have on this platform that we're talking about. But I think with this president, what I got when Kamala took the oath and when Joe Biden did his speech, like what came from my intuition and my heart was, we're moving in a direction of unity, of peace, of if we can move in a direction of squashing old beefs and coming together, the predecessors, the ones that are there now, all the cabinets, bringing people together and finding common ground. Now we can create things that people actually need to live, to grow, to help their families. And we need more social service programs. Now, coming from New York and coming to Connecticut, I can't do social work out here in Connecticut. I am so sorry. The resources are limited, and the people who are saying they're supposed to be doing something, I don't understand how it works. So, you know, coming from New York where you have all these resources, you have social service programs. If you see a need, you can basically create it and go and support that community. But out here, it is more or less like the gap between the rich and the poor is much greater here. And what I see here is there's not enough resources. People are fighting, but they're not getting, they're not being heard. So the people in politics, they're basically what I used to always call, and what drove me crazy in social work, is paper pushing. And it is nothing more that irks me more than people pushing paper to make dollars, but it's not going to where it needs to make a difference. And so with this new administration, I'm just praying and manifesting that there will be programs to help the homeless, to help not enable the welfare system, but to help give them resources they actually need, not cut them off when they actually need it or they didn't file their paperwork or something. You know, not be cold in the resources and gatekeepers, but actually go the extra mile. Put foot soldiers on the pavement to be, well, I don't know what COVID, what it's going to look like, if that's ever going to happen again, but put people out there that can go door knock and talk to people, engage with the community and see what they need. And then from there, you know, help these initiatives, help these 501c3 organizations be birthed and support them, not just to be birthed to create it, but to be maintained as well, so that you can have more programs and wealth in the inner urban communities, as well as helping people to get into home ownership and you know, just continue to just keep this going and empower people. Because I think with COVID, a lot of businesses closing, people losing their jobs, people they're being beat down. They were being beat down before, but now they're really being beat down because, you know, in the health insurance industry, I do a lot of pantry lines to market the health insurance to get people, you know, to see that this is a benefit that you're entitled to if you have Medicare, and you get all these extra benefits. I get people hooked up with doctors, get them, you know, hooked up with whatever specialists and things like that they may not even have. They probably wasn't going to the doctor. So, and I forgot my train of thought. Sorry. But, you know, I'm just hoping that we can get the resources where they need to go and squash the whole party line thing, squash the whole, you know, oh, I'm a Democrat, oh, I'm a Republican. None of that really matters if we're not speaking the language of coming together as one nation and helping each other. Undivided. We're not supposed to be a divided nation. Thank you. Goodbye. For dividing. like the Tower of Babel. Like, get out of here. That's not how it's supposed to go. That's not the American way. That's not our democracy, and that's not what we stand for. We stand for unity, and we stand to help one another, especially in tough times like this, to stand together in solidarity and find ways that we can really, truly build. Sorry for the long-winded comment, but today was really emotional for me.
Listen, you better say it, sister. You said everything, and you're absolutely correct. And that's why we also look, Kenyon is back, like, yes. So is my sister, the Urban Cinderella. You know, we all share those sentiments, and that's why this group is here. And you know what? Maybe soon we can, well, we're getting invitations, right, to join people like Mr. Michael and others in our community. Like I said, the reason why it's been a process like this, you know, slow and steady for me, is because I have a network of like 100,000 people, like credible business people, people that you wouldn't believe, you know, celebrities, etc. But I do things in a certain way because what you just said, right, can get lost in the sauce if we are working with 1 million people simultaneously. Like when they hear it from a collective like this, small, close-knit family type, right? It makes so much sense. You know, recently I had somebody share with me that, you know, their voice needed to be heard because of what they're saying in such a time as this and da-da-da-da-da. But it doesn't come off organically. When they say it, it's not real. What Denise just said is real. What Kenyon says is real. What Sandy says is real. What Michael says is real. What Ty says, what Shoni, what even Attorney Marshall, who just joined us, says, you know, Mimi, Stephanie, we are the change makers because we are the ones being affected every day. So when others try to infiltrate our communities and they're like, well, AniYa, I have to stand on this platform with Reverend Al Sharpton, for example, or Dr. Jesse Jackson. I call him Uncle Jesse, you know, because I have something to say. Well, let me ask you, how much hardship have you been through for you to be able to quantify your issues that will impact the community that you're trying to speak with? People can read through the crap, but what you're saying is so real. We don't need more paper pushers and fluff. I call it the fluff, right? Because I have other words I can call it, but Lord, I'm trying to stay saved, amen. And we don't need it. We need the truth. You already know, sis. We need the truth, and we need testimonials of people that have experienced certain things. But here's the thing that I love about us, for example, right? We don't just talk the talk, but we walk the walk. We help one another. We hold each other accountable. We give each other like tidbits and pearls and gems and say, I read this, you should read this. I'm doing this, you should do this because I know it works. And one thing I know about social services is, and I hate to say this, but I have to keep it 100. You already know me. It's funny how the upper echelons and all of these, you know, ritzy people with their nose up in the air, like the Trumps, you know, whatever, they were handed so much more than we were, literally. And they talked down on us and said, well, you should be a lot farther. Why haven't you gotten it together yet? I remember seeing an image on social media, right? I don't know if you guys ever seen it. I hope somebody can find it. If you shoot it to me, I'll put it up on the shared screen. It's like somebody is running through a clear field and they're just jogging along. The other person, it was a Black person, obviously, and there was dynamite blowing up in front of them. There was ditches and like sticks all over the place. Everything you could imagine, tires in the way, everything was in the way, blocking this person from reaching their final destination. And here goes, you know, the boss man or what have you with his sexy belly and all of that running through this clear field. Like, I don't see the problem. Why can't you get through this field as quickly as I can? Sir, you have nothing in your way. We have the road that is demolished. We have the sticks in the road. We have the hidden ditches. We have the snakes coming out at us every which way we turn. And when we did uprise and we fought back and we created our own wealth and we were a magnificent rich community, you found ways to defeat us then too. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my desire for us in 2021 is to really see the issues that we have and identify with those that we think can't get it together and reach out and touch them. You know, some of you are parents. I'm not sure how many of you, maybe all of you, because I know I'm not a parent. I got a parent, but I mean, I have a child, but he's furry and he's little and he's brown, but you know, whatever. He's a furry child. I would love to see us engage with our communities. I loved what Ty did last week. For example, she invited her mom and her friend. Well, Ty could tell us who she was exactly. But either way, mom and friend joined, and then Shoni joined through our sister, the Urban Cinderella. Let's invite more people to learn and grow, and then let's create a hub of relationships, of friendships. Again, we don't charge for this platform. We do things in a way so that it's organic, so that the people that come on and join us can feel safety and freedom in learning and growing, so that they can take everything that they're learning and they can give it back and they can share. Why not give and love and share? That's my whole concept. A lot of people have different concepts, but it works for me because this is what I'm passionate about. And with that being said, I know we've been together for a long time tonight. We're gonna repost as much information as possible throughout the group. The information that you heard tonight in regards to Bitcoin, I've made a couple of dollars through Coinbase, just to let you guys know. Kenyon hit the nail on the head with that one. If you guys need more information about that whole Bitcoin life, you know, your boy Kenyon is right here for you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody jump at him at one time, but look, he's brilliant. Let's work together as a community. Anybody have any closing remarks? Because we're already pushing at 8, and I know you guys want to shut down. So who has anything else they want to add?
I want to say shout out to that young lady, that poet. She gave me life. She gave me life through the whole inauguration.
Amanda Gorman.
With everything that was said, I think she was the beacon of light, and for us, like, looking at her is exactly what we are all hoping and dreaming for our kids, for ourselves, and for this nation. So I think we should really go back, replay that poem, and read it and make sure that our kids get to hear it as well and understand that, like she said, it takes courage to be the light, and it takes courage to see the light, and for us to continue to see the light and be that light. So that's probably what I would leave you guys with everything that was said. It's almost like, you know, I mean, we have Biden, we have Kamala, we have all of them, but it's the whole thing is everything that we do is for the future. And to see the future on that platform as it was today, that gave me life. So I was like, okay, we did it. We got them there. And now this is the reason we did that, was for her to have that moment right there. So that was my altogether, that gave me life for the whole day.
I love it. No, and you're absolutely right. Oh, and I have an invitation for you all. We have our event, the rally with Michael, on February 10th for sure. Michael's going to reshare that information because he's still here with us. I'm so glad he's still with us. On the 26th, I want to say, David Cuthbert, who's a part of our group too, is launching something. He wants me to invite everybody. He's in East Harlem talking about the youth in the future. He works very closely, and he also gives food to the community and different items. So we will have that information. I definitely think those that are in New York should be there. And for those that are not in New York, you know your girl will go live and bring you a part of this whole platform that David Cuthbert is putting together. So I'm glad you said that, Sandy, aka the Urban Cinderella, because the children are literally our future, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. And in the next workshop, I would love for our babies to be a part. I have 4 that I'll be bringing on board for our next workshop to help them, to help us learn what the heck is in their minds regarding this movement. That's going to be interesting. All right. Who else has something they want to share? Oh, and Stormy should definitely be a part of that.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be part of your group tonight.
Thank you, Michael. We appreciate you. And share again the information for the up and coming rally, please, and where we can find you for those that are watching.
Okay, it's February 10th. It's going to be at City Hall. It's called the Right to Recall Rally. And I sent you an email, so I could give you all the details you know for that. And also, I want to introduce you one day to one of the guys I used to work with. He was a teacher. He worked in the View restaurant. He's from Haiti, and he was a teacher, and he's a great motivational speaker, and I would like him to meet you. I think you two would hit it off really well.
Excellent. How did you know I was Haitian? Did I mention that already? I think I did.
I'm sorry?
Did I mention I was Haitian already, or did you just know that?
No, we talked about it when I met you at the rally.
Very good. Okay, sounds so good.
Yes.
I'm looking for my flag. I can't find it because I was like, you are so smart. You knew that I was Haitian. But yes, I did mention that I was Haitian. Hook me up with the Haitian brother. We definitely have to talk. And
I sent you an email on there. I would have, I can give you any more information you need to know. And really looking forward to meeting many of you at our rally. And again, congratulations on the new future for all of us.
Thank you. And Storm C, AKA the Urban Cinderella, is also Haitian. She's the one that just spoke. So wave to him so he knows that you're Haitian too. Woo-hoo.
Well, you all have a good night. Thank you very much for letting me be part of it.
Thank you, Michael.
Have a good night. Thank you.
All right, who else wants to share any closing remarks and thoughts on tonight? Ken.
I want to say something really quick. Just from hearing what everyone has said, I think that today was a remembrance and a reminder of the innovation and the creativity that we all have within us. And that this is just like I said, a reminder to step up to the occasion. Don't be afraid to really go out there and do what, you have in your heart and your desires to do, like peanut butter, cola, all of these things were started during pandemics, during hard times. All right. And look at where they are now. So whatever ideas you have in your heart, whatever, that you feel as though you want to strive for, there's so much out there. Like we're in a whole new realm. All right. We have a female Black vice president. All right. We have a Joe Biden who's in here. Sorry, my birds in here who are really trying to help us, get things in order for change in community. Like everyone has said, it's really a time of coming together and really being that innovative and being that creative. That I'm really excited for what this year is going to come. All the creatives, all of the new people, like you guys said, even seeing that girl come up and just recite the poem and say what she said, it just made me feel just so bubbly on the inside. Because I'm like, yes, it's something different, So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
Thank you. And I love the birds. I think you should introduce us. Can you don't want to, please?
All right. So y'all know I have my little farm. So I have the female quail outside, but I have the male rooster in here with us. But he's very loud in the morning. So he's like an alarm for us or whatever. But that's him,
Oh my God. Hi, guys. Hi. He's so cute.
And then I have Snow and Rocket. They're my parakeets that live with him.
Oh my God. So you have parakeets?
I have a lot of animals.
Wait, you have parakeets and a rooster that live together?
Yes. So they can cohabitate because quail are land-dwelling chicken or birds. So, he stays on the ground, they stay above.
Let me ask you something. I hate to sound wild and okay. Are you eating any of them or no? No. Are they just pets? I'm Haitian.
I eat the roosters.
Okay.
Well, I eat the quail. So the the boys that are roosters that are males, we eat those. And then the females, we keep them for eggs so that we have eggs. We don't spend money on eggs. We don't spend money on meat. I'm all about the whole self-sufficient thing. So I know a lot of people talk about not going with the man and going against the system, but I actually have a farm and I actually do the whole thing. So yeah.
When I tell you we have such a great group, as you were just sharing and talking, I've been wanting to meet the birdies. So thank you for that intro, because he talks about his birdies and stuff. And I want birdies and all of that too. But Lord, I live in New York City, child, pray for me. Anyway, I'm thinking we should take little trips when the cities and the spaces open up, because we have a nature person, which is Limitless 101, Denise Williams, and she's in Connecticut with the trees and the water. And then we have Kenyon with the farm and the traveling and the Baltimore, Brooklyn situation going on. Am I right with the Baltimore, Brooklyn thing?
Yeah, so I live in Brooklyn, Maryland, but I'm like right across the board. Like I feel like an old man right now. I don't know why I can't turn my camera around, but if you look, okay, there you go. You look right across the water. There's Baltimore.
Can you believe that?
Technically, I'm in Brooklyn, but yeah.
He lives in Brooklyn across the street from Baltimore in Maryland.
Yeah.
When we had this conversation, I almost fell out the chair because I didn't even know Brooklyn anywhere. But this is the type of group we have. You learn something new. Look, Denise is scratching her head.
All connected.
All connected. That's beautiful, though. Thank you for sharing that. Who else? Before we shut it down tonight, Shoni has been pretty chill, and so has Ty. And Marshall is here. Anybody else want to share anything before we shut it down tonight? Wait, maybe, okay. Well, they may not want to share anything else. Oh, Marshall.
Yes,
Yeah,
me?
you asked me to unmute, huh?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Marshall. Mr. Marshall, the attorney.
That's okay. I just want to thank you again for having this wonderful forum. Sorry, around my apartment now, everybody has on a mask. 5 out of the 7 of us contracted COVID. So we have to, be a little bit careful, but we'll get past it. My 86-year-old mother-in-law, she's bedridden. She's can only move her left arm. But we took her to the doctor on Sunday, on Friday and Sunday. The diagnosis came back that she also has COVID. So, we're just moving through that. So it's good to hear the good news from you, about the inauguration and everything else that's going on. Like you said, that young lady that spoke today, eloquent. I was thinking of Maya Angelou and said, where's Maya Angelou when you need her? But after the young lady finished, I see we have the spirit of Maya Angelou still with us.
Yes.
So it was just wonderful to see everything. So also just thank you for, being consistent and keeping this forum going. If you don't see me on any Wednesday, it's because I either forgot for some reason or I fell asleep. But, I look forward to being here every Wednesday and in other events. So thank you once again.
Of course. And for those that don't know, please give us just a quick description of who you are so we can stay connected with you for sure. Because Sandy actually may be, you may need to talk to too after this night. But go ahead, Mr. Marshall, Attorney Marshall.
Yeah, well, I'm an attorney, yes. However, there are other things I'd like to do for which I may become more known for. I'd like to connect with you, to connect with others, to put forward not only my T-shirt company called Afro-Diasporian, which should encompass everybody in the Western Hemisphere who has some African connection and who has some cultural, historical, medicinal connection with each other. But there are other, there's a place in Brooklyn that I'd like to create through the assistance of this group and National Action Network. And if we can do that, then I'll be known for that more so than being an attorney. Being an attorney for me is just something I wanted to accomplish, right? But I don't practice as an attorney per se. I work with the State for Workers' Compensation Board. But whenever anyone asks me to tell them something about the law, since I don't practice, I usually refer them to someone who concentrates in that area. So I'd be more than willing to give a few names to have that done. So please feel free to call me, and then we can always talk on that regard. But again, don't forget there are some projects that I have that, like you said, we all have ideas, and like the gentleman just said, in the hard times, that's when we have to pull those ideas forth, right? So Afro-Diasporian is one that I have. I'm working with 1 or 2 people to make it a reality. And besides that, I have, some other ideas that I think will resonate with your community, just the community in general, right? So stay tuned.
Thank you. Thank you so
All
much,
right.
sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. And we are going to keep the entire family in prayer. that breaks my heart, but you know what? You are strong, and thankfully you're together as a people. So thank you for sharing that, and we will keep the entire family in prayer for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. As just another shout out, just like, you know, you're just telling gentlemen, my wife is from Haiti, you know, and so she's had to use some of the old, you know, medicinal, you know, concoctions to try to fight this. My wife, my daughter, my mother-in-law, and the 2 home health aides all contracted it. I had the virus in my system from March until August, so I didn't get it this time.
Thank God.
You know, so that turned out to be a blessing. But the others are fighting it through, you know, remedies. No vaccines thus far. You know, that's you know, that remains. We don't have enough anyway. You know, but the old remedies, whatever you can think of, that seems to be working out in this instance.
Well, I will share a remedy with you and everybody. When I first caught the whole COVID, of course, I never went to the hospital because when it first came out, if I went, I would be dead right now. But my ancestors spoke. I went in my kitchen and I started to boil spinach. Like, let's say, because I never measure anything, I let the ancestors speak. Amen. So let's say you have a cup of spinach, frozen or regular, whatever. You put it in the pot with like 2 cups of water, cayenne pepper, garlic, and black pepper, and you just you know, seep it, let it, you know, do its thing, and then after a while you just drink that water, let it cool off. And I drank that for like 7 days, and then I would eat the spinach as well. Spinach, I found, as well as the cayenne pepper, black pepper, you know, breaks down the mucus in the system, ladies and gentlemen. Girls. So that's a very, very big thing. You see, he probably has a cup of that stuff now. So those were the things. And then Biko, who's from the islands, shared with us about oregano oil. If you Google oregano oil, oil of oregano, oregano oil from places like Westerly's in Manhattan, that actually is a component to help kill the coronavirus as well. So I just wanted to share those 2 tidbits with you all. I'm alive and I thank God, because if I went, because I have pre-existing health issues, including the lung. So lungs have been very damaged. I had a blood clot in my lung years ago. That's another story for another night. But I made it, and I can share what I did, and others have done what I've done, and they're still here today. So thank you, Mr. Mark.
Amen. Okay, thank you.
Yes. So with that being said, I've kept you all long enough tonight. I feel like so productive, so proud. For next week's homework, let's talk to the youth, right? We've been talking about some of the things we're gonna read, some of the things that we're gonna do. Excuse me, it started snowing this afternoon, so I'm kind of like, but real quick, so let's talk to the youth about financial economics. Let's try to talk to them about what they know about money and where do they want to be financially. Like, let's give them some kind of tests, examples, try to get them to read anything that's children friendly. I love what Kenyon said. I believe it was Kenyon about the children's books in regards to finances. You know, when I was little, I heard, you know, mysteriously, I know it was the ancestors though, about the mutual fund thing. And by the time I was 15, I was in a bank with my mother, like, I want to have my own mutual funds. And the banker was like, wait a minute. You can't even look over the steering wheel. But I was like, I don't care. I'm 4 feet and I'm ready. She ready. So I learned about mutual funds young, but my grandmother was a businesswoman who died pretty wealthy. And I always learned how to save money because of her techniques and different things like that. But in America, it's not like Haiti, and there's different things you have to do to become wealthy in America. Praise God. The bills are kind of different, right, y'all? From the islands, you already know. So I guess we're shutting it down. We have our affirmations tonight. Denise, did you want to share anything with us? You don't have to do the whole bowl if you don't want to, but whatever you want to share, and then I'll do our affirmations, because I know Denise is our registered mental health yoga specialist. Reiki.
I didn't prepare anything, but I do want to leave you guys with just love, light, and peace, and encourage you to keep manifesting, actually keep praying for our leaders, not just pray for yourself, not just pray for your family. Yes, definitely pray for yourself, definitely pray for your family, definitely pray for the people that are surrounding your family, that you work with, that, you know, live in your community, people that you may come across. But we really need to incorporate into what we are manifesting wisdom for our leaders, perseverance, strength, and peace, to make sure that, you know, we're like I think somebody said earlier several times, you know, we are what we think. You become your thoughts. And so the things that you surround in your aura, the things that you tell yourself behind closed doors, the thoughts that ruminate in your mind, those are the things that become your reality, and you attract those energies. So definitely, you know, cover yourself, bathe yourself, meditate, do yoga, exercise, take moments, steal moments for yourself so you can revive and rejuvenate, so that you can stay grounded and have that spirit of discernment. You know, I know not everybody has it, but, you know, just be knowing and aware of the times that we're living in, and, you know, what's going on, so that you can pray for somebody else, so you can manifest something for maybe them, because maybe they can't do it for themselves. You can intercede on their behalf.
Amen.
So just that. Love, light, and peace. Love you
Love,
all.
light, and peace. Those thoughts are so powerful. That's why we always shut down with these affirmations. And literally, Denise Williams is the person that really brought it full circle months ago when I interviewed her and first met her. And she reminded me about these affirmations, and we did them on my platform, the AniYa Show, which comes on at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. So I'll be on the AniYa Show in just a few minutes, but I had to do the affirmations with all of you tonight. If anybody wants to be a guest on the AniYa Show, let me know. If you want to follow me on to that platform in just a few minutes, you could do that too, because we could continue the conversation just for a little while, because I'm losing my voice tonight. But I would love for us to just continue some of the things that we learned, because we'll be on Instagram and YouTube as well on the AniYa Show in just a few minutes. But now it's time for our affirmations. Stay in touch on our WhatsApp group. 347-617-6873 is that number for WhatsApp. You'll keep, you know, getting those updates, and you'll be able to share your thoughts and anything throughout the week, as we meet every week on Wednesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. I guess Pacific Standard Time. We'll be working with different communities very soon. But now it's time for our affirmations before you close down. You can say this out loud, or you could say it in your spirit. Either way, we want you to say it, because just like Denise said, I think Kenyon said it, you know, I think Sandy said it, we all basically have been saying it all night in one way or the other. What you think is what you are. And so at this point, I always close my eyes for the affirmations, because I find that envisioning what I'm saying and having my eyes closed helps me, because it makes me just more powerful. So with that being said, we're going to say our affirmations and shut it down. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let's do it again. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you're breathing, I want you to envision yourself in that new car that you have been wanting, in that brand new house that you have been praying for. I want you to envision yourself healthy again, Mr. Rohan, Mr. Marshall, and your family. Your mother-in-law is getting up out of that bed. Your wife is feeling well. Your daughter is feeling amazing. You are all healthy. And for those that are watching out in YouTube land, on Facebook land, and any other land there is, I want you to breathe in through your nose, hold it, and release out through your mouth. And imagine a better day. Today we made history, but we need to move on to tomorrow. And I want you to repeat after me. I am beautiful. I am wonderfully made. I have been created for a greater purpose. I am already rich. I love my community. We are stronger together. My family is healthy. I am healthy. Together, we will accomplish everything we put our minds to. And as you get ready to open up your eyes, I want you to feel the impact of the world, the beauty of this world. Release every negative thing and imagine that Denise is playing or utilizing her little bowl, her Tibetan bowl, and she's bringing you to that next space of greatness and peace and amazing tranquility. And now we are done. We did it, guys. We had another powerful session. Denise Williams, whenever you want to come back with your bowl, you already know we're here for you. Reach out to each other in our group messages, friends and family. We have a hub of resources, whatever it is that you desire to do, and however you can utilize an ECI group and myself and our friends. Let's live and grow together. And very soon, let's travel. Hopefully, we'll be able to travel to Connecticut soon. And to Brooklyn/Baltimore, like Brooklyn, Baltimore, and Maryland, where Kenyon is, to see his farm and hang out with the roosters and the chickens and stuff. All right, guys, good night.
Good night.
Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
Denise, let's talk
Good
later.
night.
Andy, later.
Okay.
Bye, Shoni.
Hey, turn around. David. David.
You're so silly.